Hi, I'm Loubie and today we're going to be taking a look at Biohazard Ad Arts Collection. This is a Japanese only art book, and of course Biohazard is Resident Evil to most of us, so let's take a look at it now. Okay, so this is the inside cover. It's not very interesting, it's just plain black. The next page just says Biohazard Ad Arts Collection, and then we should hopefully finally get to some pictures. Not on pictures yet there. Okay, so this is the index. It's Biohazard, Biohazard 2, Biohazard 3 Last Escape, Biohazard Code Veronica, Biohazard Gun Survivor, Biohazard 0, Biohazard Outbreak, Biohazard 4, Release History and Reference. Sector 1, Biohazard. Okay, so first up, here's a 2-page advert for Biohazard. Next is another 2 pages for Biohazard, out on sale 3rd of the 22nd. And then another 2-page advert for Biohazard. Next is another single page for Biohazard, and the other one seems to be for Director's Cut and Biohazard 2. Next is a double page for Biohazard, and this is for the Sega Saturn. Then another double page of Biohazard, also for the Sega Saturn. Okay, now we seem to move on to Biohazard the remake, and these are adverts for the GameCube version, so 2 single ones there. Now a double page version of the Resident Evil remake on GameCube. Now another double page advert for the Biohazard remake on GameCube. Next is a advert for the Biohazard remake and also Biohazard 0, some nice artwork of Jill Valentine, Chris Redfield, Rebecca Chambers and Billy Cohen. Okay, so next up, this is for the 3DS version of Biohazard Deadly Silence. Okay, now we're on to Biohazard Sector 2. Okay, so we're now on to Biohazard 2, and this looks like a very early version because Leon looks very Chris Redfield-like, and that's the PlayStation version. And the one on the right is for the N64. First up in the Biohazard 3 section is a double page PlayStation advert with Jill Valentine and Nemesis at the top. Now it's another double page, and this time it's Nemesis, and I think his name's Brad, and this is a PlayStation advert. Next we have another double page advert for Biohazard 3, and this is for the Dreamcast version. I never owned the Dreamcast, but it's there. Yet another Dreamcast version of the Resident Evil 3 advert. We move on to Biohazard Code Veronica for Sector 4. Okay, so these are the adverts for Biohazard Code Veronica, and it also seems to have Biohazard 2 Value Plus with Leon on the front. There's Claire and Chris. Next is a double page for Code Veronica for the Dreamcast version. And this is yet another advert for Biohazard Code Veronica, and this is for the Dreamcast. A lot of writing on it. And this is yet another double page of Code Veronica, and this time it's for the PlayStation 2 advert. Another picture of Claire's eye. At least I think that's Claire's eye. Anyway, it's PlayStation 2 Code Veronica advert. Next up we have the advert for Code Veronica for GameCube, and also a Biohazard collection box GameCube, which never got released here, but in Japan it did. There it is. Okay, so we're now on to Sector 5, and I think this is supposed to be Gun Survivor, I think that's supposed to say. This is 2 adverts for Gun Survivor on PlayStation. Next up we have 2 adverts for, well, 3 adverts for Gun Survivor 2 Biohazard, and this is a Code Veronica version of a shooter game. Then next up we have Gun Survivor 4. It's called Heroes Never Die. I don't think it's called that over here, but yeah, that is the 2 adverts for it. Now we move on to Sector 6, and this is Biohazard 0. This is an advert double page advert for the GameCube version, which of course came out first. Yet another double page advert for the GameCube version with just screenshots. Yet another advert using just screenshots. They didn't have many ideas back then. Surprise, surprise, yet more screenshot adverts of Biohazard 0 for GameCube. Finally, we have some artwork, and this is Rebecca and Billy Cohen in a double page advert for the GameCube. Another double page, and we're back to using screenshots for the GameCube again. Now we're on to Sector 7, which is Biohazard Outbreak. First up is a PlayStation 2 double page advert for Biohazard Outbreak. Next, for Biohazard Outbreak, we have two single adverts, both for PlayStation 2. Next, for Biohazard Outbreak, we have a very weird train with bags of stuff. Now we move on to Biohazard Outbreak File 2, and this is for the PlayStation 2. Okay, next up we have a double page advert for File 2, and that's also for PlayStation 2. It's got a bit of a artwork there. And now we move on to Sector 8, which is Biohazard 4, which is actually my favourite Resident Evil game. So let's get to it. Okay, so first up in the Resident Evil, well, Biohazard 4 section, we have a lovely artwork of Leon Kennedy with some disc with Leon and Ashley on. That was a GameCube advert. Next we have the lovely Leon yet again, and this is also for the GameCube. We have more adverts for Resident Evil 4, and these have to be my favourite because they're pretty weird. And this is Leon S. Kennedy's and Ashley Graham version. Next we have Torres Mendez and Luis Sierra. Next up we have Ada Wong's version, and also a Biohazard advert on the right. Next we have a Biohazard 4 advert, which is meant to look like a newspaper, I think. There's Leon being given some flowers from his many fans. Next we have Biohazard 4, a double page advert of a random man. Not Leon, it's just a man, nobody knows. And yet again for Biohazard 4, just some random man for PlayStation 2 version. Okay, so we now move on to the release history, and this is all the games and dates they came out in Japan, I'd imagine. And next there's a bit of a reference section, but it's all in Japanese, so I don't understand it. We have the credits, no doubt, for the book, which is also in Japanese. The back of the cover is just boring black again. And finally, this is the back of the book. I've been Loubie, and this has been a look at Resident Evil Biohazard Ad Arts Art-book. Thank you for watching.